It's your boy Billy Dollaz repping IMC Music Group, Black Card Music. You know what I'm saying? SELENT, we the group, we the movement, we the union. You know what I'm saying? We out here at Renaissance Park in the city of Atlanta, representing UDL TV, you know what I'm saying? And we about to get it popping. I'm gonna put this interview together for y'all real swift like, you know what I'm saying? So sit down and check this out.
What inspired you?
I mean, a lot of different things inspired me, you know what I'm saying? I was one that grew up, you know, on old soul music, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that speaks to you, you know, speaks to the heart, talks about the people, talks about the environment, you know what I mean? I'm inspired by just people, man, like, you know, all walks of life, you know, from the smallest thing to the biggest. I can find inspiration in the plant, man.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I mean, in the next 5 years, you know, God willing, I hope that, you know, one, I hope my family's in a better situation, you know. I always wish, you know, forward motion and forward progress for them. No drama, no stress, financially stable, things like that, you know what I mean? Well, and we already pretty good off in our life, but you know, you can't help but want to do better so that you can give back. And in the next 5 years, I see my record company growing to a bigger height, you know what I'm saying? My production company growing to a bigger height and getting, you know what I'm saying, into more movies and, you know, trying to get into streaming opportunities. I'm trying to just get myself involved in everything, you feel me? But I definitely am looking towards movies and television early.
Do you consider yourself as a trendsetter?
I like to think so, you know. I mean, I really never focused on that type of thing. I was always the kind of cat that just wanted to do me, you feel me? Like, my style has always been my own because I never bothered to follow behind anybody because I was always a leader. So I had to walk my own walk, you know how I go.
How do you feel about education?
I feel like education is the sole most important thing in the world because you can do a lot of things, you know, with money, you can do a lot of things with connections, but without that knowledge, without that common sense that not only comes from, you know, being spiritual, believing in God, and, you know, but I believe that education is what is going to drive the future because without being educated, the world going to keep tearing itself up.
Do you feel as life, what do you feel about life?
I mean, honestly, every day's a movie, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta play your part, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way I look at life is, you know, it's ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? It's valleys and peaks, you know, it's joy and pain. It's always gonna be a duality. You just gotta learn how to embrace those valleys and peaks, them ups and downs, and that joy and that pain, and you gotta, you know, keep your head up, stick your chest out, like, and be a man or a woman or whatever you're doing. You know, you gotta walk with pride and confidence. It don't matter where you at; it's where your mind is at. You know, I know homeless people with the confidence of a Wall Street stockbroker. You feel me? While I know stockbrokers with the confidence of a homeless person. If that makes any sense, you know what I'm saying? Because there's some people that, you know, they are in high positions, but they miserable, and there's some people that are in low positions and they're happy as can be. So, you know, I think with, you know, in any given scenario, life, you know what I'm saying, you can't control everything, you know, you gotta be able to accept what you can't control, and you gotta be able to change what you can't accept, you know what I'm saying, or you gotta be able to accept what you can't change as well. It's a lot of, you know, I could talk endlessly about life because, like, one thing that people don't cherish is life. In this day and age, you know, you got kids killing kids, black people killing black people, like, you know, and it's just terrible, you know. I really don't think that, you know, a lot of people thought about these things years ago because the world was a lot less full of itself. Nowadays, you know, people idolizing false prophets, things like that, you know, and it makes them, you know, think highly of themselves to the point where they're looking down on other folks. And if, you know, you want to know my true take on the meaning of life, well, I would think that the meaning of life is to, you know, do for your family, do right, stay humble, you know, treat others as you want to be treated. Because that's the only way you're going to really live a full life. You got to give in order to receive. So if I can't give you life, how can I expect to receive life?
Family. What do you take on family?
My take on family, I mean, there's nothing like it. You know, like, I come from a family that at one point we was real tight-knit, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays we're a little more spread out. You know, the younger generations didn't stay as close as, you know, the generations of past, you know, because the world is different. It's bigger. You got social media. Everybody's moving to different states and doing different things. And I believe family is like important. It's very important. It's the most important thing, because without a connection to your bloodline, you'll never really understand the importance of family. Like, there's a lot of people in situations that could use their family's help. Sometimes we give up on each other and we don't think about the fact that, who else is gonna be there for you in the end? Who else is gonna be there to if something happens to you, you know what I'm saying? Who else is gonna be there to take care of your kids and move that situation for them forward, carry on your legacy? Like, it's so many things, Like, that's another thing, Like, family is just as important as life, because like we touched on life. It's like your family brings you life. Your mother gave you life. You're gonna give your children life. Your children's children is gonna give you. Like, it's just an ongoing cycle. So I believe family is important, because without sticking together, the world is not gonna be a very nice place to be. Everybody's gonna treat each other like complete strangers, and the way I've seen strangers get treated these days is definitely not good.
Do you feel like your point is getting across to the youth through your music?
I mean, to be honest, with my music, I try to, if anything else, I try to inspire a prosperous mind frame. And I believe that it comes across because I speak intelligently even in my songs. I'm not one of these cats that's into the pilled up, syrup sipping, whiny type music. I'm into getting money. I'm into, educating my people around me. I'm into, doing things that are gonna benefit us in the long run. I'm not into talking about destroying myself. I'm trying to build. So why would I preach destruction in my music? It's not to say that I don't have a few gangster records on my joints, you know what I'm saying? But if anybody knows anything about me, I'm about retaliation. If you show me love, I show you love. You show me hate, that's gonna go. You know what I mean? I may just cut you off, but I may have to come back. It all depends on the situation. But I try to be the most peaceful person possible. So, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm getting my point across to the people very well in my music. I'm try to stay well spoken, speak with clarity, confidence, promoting prosperity, good living, you know what I'm saying? And family, I definitely talk about family. I talk about love. I talk about peace. I talk about success. I talk about, having nice things, because there's nothing wrong with having nice things. Everybody wants nice things. It's just, it's what you make it, You don't always have to drive a Benz or a Bentley to have nice things. You can have a Toyota and just keep it clean, you know what I'm saying? It's about just, treating your stuff like it means something to you. A lot of people don't appreciate the gifts that God give them. They don't appreciate, the little things in life, like just to have a park, trees and shade and things like that. Like, a lot of people look like, oh, I'm not going there, it's boring. No, this is a good place to be. Clear your mind. You know what I mean?
Do you think you're more focused now that you are a veteran in the rap game?
Definitely. In my younger years, I blew a lot of cash, partying, playing around in the streets. I definitely, had a point in my life where I did the, designer drugs, popping ecstasy pills and drinking liquor and smoking marijuana, things like that. And I learned over time, like, you can't stay focused doing these things and conducting business, as a grown person. This is a very grown up business. It's hard. People are rude and mean and obnoxious, and they're trying to take advantage of you at every corner. So if you're not on point, if you're not sober, at least some of the time, you're not gonna succeed. Because at every corner there's a scam artist. People see you doing well and they want to latch on to you and try to insert themselves into your life. And some of them will do it by force if necessary, but you got to be stronger than that. You got to be, more focused than that. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, you just, focus is key. You know what I mean? So I definitely think that as an adult in the music business now, and as an entertainer, period, acting, modeling, anything that I touch, I'm definitely gonna put my all into it, because, they say you only get one shot, but I believe with hard work, you can make that shot last as long as you need it to. And like I said again, it's all about perspective. You know, sometimes people look at this, oh, if I'm not making no money, I'm not winning. No, sometimes the reward is in the work.
And what's the name of your group?
The name of my group is Chain Gang. I'm Billy Dollaz, you know what I'm saying? There's other members, you know, I got Mighty Millions Henry, you know what I'm saying, from Jersey. I got Frankie Bars here in Atlanta, Georgia, also from Buffalo, New York, by way of New Jersey. You know, I got a lot of affiliates too, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a lot of things going on, but you know, Chain Gang is the movement, and me, I'm the spirit, you know, I'm the tip of the spear.